All right, we got a game. Basically, handicap 2, because I passed once, obviously. I should probably adjust the Comey thing on here. Getting a little bit more used to playing handicap. Still not really my preference, but obviously it's a little bit harder for me, but we're good. I'm going to switch this to live chat, and then we're going to pop out. Just minimize all these little window thingies we have here. And I'm going to start this thing. I'm going to cost myself like a minute or two on my time, but that's never really much of a problem for me. Okay, my move, most excellent. There we go. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to announce this on OGS. I wonder if there's other promotion methods on like Fox and others, because I would like to get more people on these streams, of course. Methods on like Fox and others, because I would like to get more people on these streams, of course. But yeah. Announcements and this. All right, trying to get everyone to Dan level because we need more Dan level players on OGS. I've gotten too used to playing this. I think I've gotten way too used to actually playing this this way that it's gonna start affecting my actual real games soon. Yeah, I would usually take the 3. See, I'm at kind of a loss right now what to do when this happens because I'm just not used to it. Do I invade the mark? Thanks. Good to know that. I think I'm just going to jump. It's going to be a little different now since I have this. Because if he Hane's here, I'm definitely just going to come down. And then I'm going to try to attack the stone. I don't know how successful this is going to be. I almost never play this way in regular. So it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, I making it from 3Q to 1 Dan is just more or less I think, the thing is, from 3Q to 1 Dan, I feel like if you just clean up a lot of mistakes, you would probably make it. Because, yesterday night I was playing, against a 2Q, 5 games. I should have won all of them, but, I lost 2 of them, because one, I just, filled in my own liberty, and I lost at the very end. And the other one, I think at that time it was, 3 in the morning, so I was just really tired. I almost pulled it back, though, but, realistically, if I just clean up those mistakes, I would have won all the games. Same thing with a lot of lower Dan games. You clean up a lot of the mistakes and you get a little bit better on directional reading. I definitely feel like if you clean up the mistakes and get a little bit better on directional reading, getting from 2, 3Q to 1 Dan isn't really that hard. Because if I'm playing on tilt late at night, I will lose. I will lose those games, especially if I'm playing really late at night. Because I'm just trying to run through a lot of games at that time, and I'm not paying as much attention as I should, especially if my opponent's playing slow. Then sometimes I'm just oh, whatever. I'm just gonna go as soon as they go. But during the day, it doesn't affect me as much, but at night it does. I think I'm gonna use this forcing move first. Then I'm gonna try to use this other forcing move. This is not a great way to play. Definitely not the best way to play. I'm not going to be able to kill this group regardless, by the ways. That's just not going to happen. And this particular move I definitely have concerns about. Because if I was answering, I would not connect. I've got to learn just to take this. Like, handicap 2 actually isn't a big handicap. And I'm basically just putting myself more in the hole by playing these moves. Like, he's already got 2 corners here, and I haven't really gotten anything in the center. So I should have just played the 3 mark. Because handicap 2 is not that much of a handicap. Like, I can pull these points back. I can probably just point the minor Joseki errors, and once you get up into the Dan ranks, you need to have a better feeling of what is a sente and what isn't, because a lot of those moves, a lot of the moves that the 2-3 Qs make, I just don't answer, and that's why I eventually just pull ahead, because I just don't really answer their moves. And basically I get free moves. So the reading is the reading's definitely one thing that does need to improve. Well, not the reading, the sense of are these moves actually big enough? This particular move I don't necessarily need to answer, but even if I do answer, it's not necessarily good for him. So I can, no, then he has that move, I guess. I can't do that. I guess I have to do that. But I mean, this makes me significantly stronger. This does make me a little bit stronger. Here, I'm just going to do this. Perfect. And now let's see how good he is at actually trying to kill this group, which is actually quite killable. Probably shouldn't have done that. Now that I look at it, that was probably a bad idea. Yep. Now that I look at it, this was probably not a great idea. So this group's pretty killable. But I needed to get some profit first. That was a bad move. I'm not going to answer that one. I'm just going to extend out here. At least, I'm not too afraid of this right now, so I'm just going to, that's fine. Okay. Just going to take this, I guess. There's not much territory right here. He's got a lot down there. So let me see how to invade this, I guess. Over here would be fine. I want to leave room for more invasions later. I could do that. That'd be giving that up. So we're just going to do this. Extend into the corner. The whole point of this is to get as much territory as possible, so you definitely extend into the corner. It is a bit risky because if he... yeah, I figured he'd do that. But this particular thing doesn't worry me all that much. That's fine. There is this, but he can't do that right now. Might be able to do it in a while, though. Actually, that wasn't a great move. So you can do that. Wouldn't be great for him, though. I'm just going to settle this group. I mean, there's not that much territory here. It's really flat. That's an odd move. That really is a really odd move. I think you go under. I mean, you could go over, but there's not much there for me. I could also just kind of ignore it, I would guess, but... That is a move for actually building influence, but I don't really know if that's like the correct thing to do right now. Because I have a lot of forcing moves here. I mean, this group is still weak. I don't know if he realized that or not, but that group's still pretty weak. I should actually, like, jump or something. Sooner or later. I don't want him to develop it too strong over here. I don't think this group is under too much threat, but there is a threat to this group. Do I even answer that? Why not? I don't think you leave this open. I can always sacrifice the stone if I really need to. I don't really want to, but I probably can. Like, you can't really just leave this open. I don't think there's just that much territory there. I mean, yeah, it looks kind of big, I guess. But now you leave this, like, really, really vulnerable. And I can also attack here, which is going to be problematic for him as well. Of course, attacking here has its own problems. My main problem with ignoring this is that this is actually extremely weak now. I don't want to do this because... Okay, I can probably ignore this because, like if you get this move, you've probably already succeeded in your overall mission. I'm going to go ahead and do this because if I can fish for another move here, then I've already got a pretty big advantage. These two stones are actually really, really light. These two stones are really, really light. So the thing about this move is it doesn't actually help him. I don't know if I should have done that, though, because this group is a little bit heavier now. I may have just screwed myself by doing that. Remember, like, I got to do something about this group sooner or later. Yeah, that's actually pretty important because there was problems here. And now I kind of have to come out this way. And right now I don't have enough points. I mean, I don't really have any points right now. Like, there's that corner here. I'm eventually going to have to attack here. But this group being particularly weak does actually worry me a lot. That particular move is not good. Me having this stone actually matters a lot. I understand this move. I wouldn't have made it myself, but I do understand that move. Okay, that's fine. Cutting here probably would not be good. It'd be interesting to see what he does, but I don't think it's actually good. I think I'm going to do this, see if he responds, and then take the Sente from there. He could just ignore me, because there's... I don't know how much there is for me to gain on if he just ignores me. He's already got a lot of territory down here, so black is actually doing pretty good. Okay, I think I'm just going to ignore that. I have to make something happen at this point. If I don't make something happen, I don't think I'm going to have enough points. Because I don't have any points right now. Like, there's not any territory here because there's an Atari here, first of all, and then there's, like, this over here. Okay, I can't do that because he can just cut. If I do this, he does that. No, he can't do that, so I can do this, I believe. Remember, there's still a cut here for him later on as well. So obviously, like, giving up this corner is not the way to go. Or, like, giving up the side's not great either. So, I suppose he could just go on top and go under and let me have this one stone. And he's probably ahead enough to where if he does that, he would probably still win. All right, just go ahead and do this. It's fine. So about these sequences, if you see these sequences are really bad for you, don't finish playing them. leaving them for later is always going to be better than finish playing them because it does take away your co-threats later. I understand it too because I do this all. I actually do this all the time. Like if I see something's like desperate and not redeemable, I kind of keep playing it, and it's just like it's just a really bad habit that a lot of people have, including myself. I think like the higher you go up in rank, the less likely you're to do it. But I mean, like everyone falls for it sometime. It's not something that ever really completely goes away. So here, I don't know how much he's going to be able to threaten me. I have an eye here if I really need it, but it's Gote. So I think I'm going to have to do this. So here I think I'm just going to fix this right now because I can't afford to let him get these points. I am playing pretty dangerous. This is pretty dangerous for me. I will admit that. He always can extend up here for a Sente. So, not really a safe option to play for me. I think this is fine. Because, like, if I go here, I'm more or less going to live. I don't know why you would do that. Remember, there isn't a double Atari there, so... I mean, yeah, it does solidify that group. I think I might have enough now to win. I'm not sure. This looks big, but I did lose. I lost a. I actually lost a ton, like playing these moves over here. Unfortunately, just a lack of insight by me when I was playing. So it happens. That's a little bit strange. So I can block here. Extends down. I have 4 liberties. He has 4 liberties, and moreover, he's got a lot of problems. If I do this, you know what? I don't actually think it matters which one of those I do because I can give up the corner if he gives up these 4 stones. Well, like I said, he still has a lot of territory. I mean, like, he hasn't lost this game. He has a lot of territory. Okay, I think that gives me the Sente here. It's fine. I'm connected now, so that was my goal in the first place. I'm going to block this because this is really big. That's also pretty big. I don't know how to block that actually. I'm gonna see if there's anything in here because there could be something here. I don't see it though is the thing. That extend down. I'm not sure if that's big enough. almost sure it's not. And that leaves this option. I think this is big enough right now for me to play. There's a couple of things if he like plays. I think I've got slightly. Okay, that I don't think works. Well, I'm gonna do this first. This is a take. Let's go ahead and take this. I think he's trying to make the points in here. I can sack this one stone, though. This one's not that important. The thing about these points is I think I would play this first, but then as white, I would probably play this. Not 100% sure. I think I probably would play this. And this is always Sente because you have this and then Atari here. You're trying to make these points, but there's about 15 points in there, and generally not worth it in my opinion.
Yoyomi.
I mean, I don't think I have to answer this, so I'm gonna go in here. I might be wrong about this. I might end up losing because of this, honestly, but we'll see. I don't think so, though. I don't think so, but I might actually end up losing because of that. I think this is probably the best play right now. Extending back. He can come here and get these points in here. But then there's like other options for stuff. I don't think do I want to answer that? I guess. Yeah, the issue is there's just not that many points here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Just to avoid any kind of like really bad mistakes. That's the other thing about during the end game, you do want to avoid like really, really big mistakes. Because they happen all the time. It's not something that's confined to like a certain level of play. Everyone makes mistakes. Okay. You want to take you want to take this. You don't want to extend because then he gets Sente here. I should have done that first. That is bigger. That's quite a bit bigger. I don't know if that's Sente or not right now. I don't think it is. I'll pass on it then.
10.
Make a couple points in here. Ooh, I can't actually do that, can I? I have to go here. Yeah, see, I don't have that many points in that corner. My main source of points is here. So like I said, like I don't actually know if I'm ahead or not. And he actually has all these senteis here, which is bad for me, obviously. I don't think I need to answer that right now. It's not bad. You know, after you take that, this isn't so big, just because there's only 1 point. Or 2, this is actually like 3 or 4 points, I think. But but he did have to answer this, though. I think he had to answer this? Am I wrong? Oh no, I'm wrong. Never mind. I'm stupid. Yeah, this is fine. I just get some free point thingies. It's Sente for me, but is it Sente for me? Oh, it's not even Sente for me. That was just bad. That
You
was just
have
bad.
won.
Okay, I am ahead by a little bit. I didn't count, so I thought I wasn't ahead by as much. So here I would definitely recommend you finish the I definitely recommend you finish the Joseki. It just leaves too much of an attacking point if black goes here. There's not a very good answer to it, and it does put pressure on both your sides. So definitely finish the Joseki. I generally only do this in handicap games because I'm trying to get back the handicap, but in regular games you would definitely do this. This is okay. You know, the thing is, like, I've always kind of wondered, here, is it really worth it for white? It may actually not be worth it for white. But I think if I were black, I would play the same thing he did. That's just a forcing move. I was hoping he would connect and I could just do something like this or something like this. Here, that's generally not a good move. This does make this stronger. Like, you know, if I don't have this stone, playing c8 may actually not be great for me because there is a chance for disconnect. But now that, like, you've traded this for this, c8's not really that much of a problem anymore. Just because it makes me stronger, it doesn't really get you all that much. Like, because without this, you could still jump. And with this, I guess you could do that, but it just makes me a little stronger. So that's why that's not a great move. No problem, man. I enjoy doing these streams. So a trade between this and this, I think, is always to white's benefit by a little bit. I didn't have to answer that that much. I was afraid of this cut, but there's other ways I could have answered it. Like I could have done this, but then again, like you can do this. I don't know if this actually works for. No, I don't think it actually does. I don't know if it works for. I actually don't know if it works that well for black. But I don't really know how it works for white either. It might not work for either one. So here, I don't exactly know what white would do. I think the only thing he can do is go this way, but this might just not work for him. Yeah, I don't think that works for white. So I'm definitely missing something here. Yeah, this is actually a hard puzzle because if you do this, you can just come down this way, I believe, or even you can probably just do this. You get this. You pretty much get the same result. I still don't. I mean, that might work for white, but that's not a great way to play it. You can just come down this way. Maybe this, but then you can't fill in here. No, you can do this. Never mind. Okay. Anyways, pretty complicated in here. Pretty complicated in here, but going here, overall, this trade I don't think actually favors black. This like one jump is kind of weak, especially with a black bar down here. Now that this is traded, this white connection is much, much stronger. So it's only like a small loss, but I wouldn't trade this if I was black. So this is actually a fairly risky move because so with this I would probably block regardless, but this isn't too bad. I'm just gonna come down. That's unnecessary because yes, I do understand that black wants to have f2, but I think right now it's just way more important to attack white. White has no way to go back right now, and this group is a lot more under threat than this outer group. Like black's on the outside, white's on the inside. White's going to be way more under threat and under way more pressure. So, like, you know, even something like this, you know, this is not good for white. There's very little way for white to actually get out, and white's just stuck. So white would have to be much, much slower here. And then, you know, just like certain forcing moves would, I mean, like this really isn't that great. This kind of situation is just not very good for white overall. So I think like getting a forcing move either here or maybe even here would be more important than coming down this way. Because letting white get this just means he's out and he's not in any real danger. And like I said, like your group here is going to be stronger than his group here, just because you have pressure on both sides. Whereas like realistically, this is out. There's no way I can seal it. This group is out, and there's no way I can seal this group. So definitely, like this is not a good move. I would probably jump out here. I just want to keep the initiative. This, I mean, I understand wanting to capture territory on the bottom, but with this move, you do free up white for a different move, or white can just keep jumping out. I just went somewhere else. I think I probably should have jumped because that's the safer move, and this group is still very weak, so I probably should have done that, but I went ahead and did this. A lot of times when I'm playing handicap games, I am going to take a lot more risk because you're already behind at the beginning of the game. That's fine. That particular is not a great invasion. I just wanted to see what the response was. I myself would have just done this. This kind of shape is a secure corner, and you also get some points here on the side. So like this is a safe way to kind of like this kind, you might be like, oh, he broke this territory in the center, but realistically, this when you invade in the center like this, it's not really that killable. And because it's not really that killable, you just get the territory on the two sides and you maintain your lead. Extend this way. Here, should definitely play something up here. I'm not exactly sure what though, because this group isn't actually alive. Attacking it is probably not the best answer, in my opinion, because he can come out. This runs into, although like white would not want to play this because this is just too big. This is just too big, and black gets the first ko, so white would not want to play this. Even if white played this ko and black just ended up taking this, like white doesn't really have any kos if you really think about it. I mean, white really doesn't have any kos. White does this, you just connect it, you get all of this, the territory on the outside. Even if white gets these two stones, black's up by like 30, 40 points. So that actually might be an option. Like once you do this, white's basically cut, and if he connects, he's dead down here anyways. So yeah, I would actually go ahead and do this over move. Because realistically, like, yeah, he can take some of your territory, but the thickness that you build up here is more than worth it, in my opinion. So much thickness up here. And if you really look at white, white doesn't have any points. There's no points down here because you have K2. The only thing white has is the corner, and you already have a bigger corner. And this is very few points, and you have all this thickness, so you're going to be well ahead at this point. So yeah, coming over top and ensuring like the thickness is more important than getting this particular move. Here, I don't think coming up here is really all that important because white can live anytime here. So if you want to protect this territory, I would probably just play this move. Or maybe just strengthen this by protecting this. This move doesn't do too much. The invasion is still here. I'm going to go ahead and take it just to settle. And of course, like, there's still the M17 move, which I played later. I know the AI really likes attachments. But the thing about the AI is it knows how to use the attachments perfectly. So, like, I wouldn't actually suggest copying the AI because the AI can, like read 40 moves in advance. Like, this is actually not a move I would do right now. I think the correct move is actually to play this. I'm pretty sure the correct move is actually that, but I'm not familiar with this. So I went ahead and went on the bottom. That's not a great move. That I didn't actually think I needed to respond, but because like there's really not much black can do here, so I should have just done this in the first place. So this move, once you do it, you really can't just leave it, okay? Like this move, you really just can't leave it. I mean, you could go here, and white can't actually do this. Well, I mean, white can do this, but you'd be cutting off the stone. It is kind of a trade because white can still do this, but the thing is, like, in this case, the stone would pretty much be sacrificed because this group is still too weak. It'd probably end up being something like this. So I would probably do that. If white answers, then you can just connect or come up or something. I wouldn't be too worried about this. You can just go this way. I don't think I think the purpose is just to get thicker up here by, like, the purpose of this attachment move is not really to get this territory over here. It's actually to build thickness on the outside. That's generally, like, when the AI does this move, it's almost always to build thickness on the outside by forcing white to go under and getting like a lot of advantages here. So that's why I said like the correct move. Either you can extend down as well, but you can, like, I think this is actually the correct move. Like or even something like this, although I don't know if I would recommend that. But I chose the safer move, which isn't actually the right move. It's actually a pretty bad move because I'm not familiar with the other ones. I should have just ignored this and come up. But I was trying to be a little bit careful. Now I'm going to come up this way. This solidifies my shape more. It gets a little bit more territory over here. And it just overall makes me stronger. These moves are decently big, but there's definitely like bigger moves right now. I'm going to go here first, connect, and then come out. See, like, black can do this because white cannot go down. If he does, white dies. See, the purpose of these two moves is to fish for a move like this, because if you already spent a move like this, then this stone is no longer worth capturing. And there's always moves like this. And like this is another fishing move. I actually would have, I mean, for this move, you would probably just block. I did it partially to reinforce this, but it's actually not a good move. I should have just left it. I honestly should have just left this alone and probably did something like this at this point. This move is pretty big. So like these are basically like fishing moves in handicap games. I don't even know if you really necessarily have to answer this, honestly, but I probably would. You either connect, which I think is too redundant, or I would probably just block. So doing that, I definitely should not have done that. Like, once again, I fell for my own trap. Like, this stone's not worth much at all. So even like me doing something like this, having you block and just going somewhere else is actually better than me pulling this move out, pulling this stone out. Because once I pull this stone out, it actually becomes heavy. Now these three are worth a lot more than this one stone. So now there's like some incentive for me to actually save this. And here you would definitely just block. Obviously, if you do this, you leave the giant leap open. So there's not that much territory down here. So I'm going to do that. This is always a thing. This is something I'm always kind of afraid of. And because these stones are actually really weak. And there's still threat down here from this cut. If I do this, you can probably kill by doing that. If I were to run out, then this cut becomes somewhat of a problem. I don't exactly know how much of a problem, but it would definitely become somewhat of an issue. Because like you can always connect with via this, and this group here isn't alive. So realistically, if he Hane'd out, like I might just connect this. And as for these three, I probably could just sacrifice it, which is why retreating this stone isn't a good idea, because now these three stones are big. If this wasn't here and you had to spend like 2 more moves to capture it, it wouldn't be worth it. Heaviness of stones is actually a pretty big concept. Heaviness or lightness of stones is a very big concept. And I played it wrong there. This move's not really that necessary right now. I mean, later it will be, but right now it's not. But it is. But the thing is, like, it does attack me a little bit. I might have been better served by playing this. But attach over, Hane that. This is actually a very bad move, because now that I have this move, this becomes possible. If I didn't have that move, this would not be possible. Went ahead and did that. Just going to go ahead and do this. And then this is just basically fishing for a Sente. I think most people would have done this. And I think that's kind of like the standard thing to do. But I decided that you couldn't actually kill this group, so that's why I invaded. That's not a good move. Realistically, here you could probably go under and just kind of play it that way. Actually, no, not this. You fix this. You could probably just do it this way. I'm not really a threat to this up here. You could play it this way. I wouldn't do this, but you could also play on top, I guess. Because, yeah, you can actually just live down here. This would be pretty damaging giving me this one stone, because this is pretty much Sente. And then white has a lot of potential up here now. So, I don't know if I would play that, but that's also another option. The thing is, like, once I do this, you do have 2 weak groups. This is going to be the bigger group. There's a lot more stones here. This is going to be the weaker group. This wouldn't be a good play, but it would be a better play. Because if I do this, then there is potential for you to get these 2 stones and get territory over here. And plus, these 3 stones are still weak. So you can't actually sacrifice like this group here. Once you play this, I mean, you're at, yeah, you can't really do anything there. Here, I don't really know. This is a really, really tough situation. You might want to do something like that first, but I don't think that really helps you though. I don't know if this really helps you. I just don't know if it does. I think, yeah, you're behind Well, white's actually behind on liberties there, so it might actually work. This works because, oh no, this doesn't work, so I can do that. Never mind. That doesn't work, but this is pretty complicated down here once you get to this point. If you do this, then it does defend you. Yeah, you can live down here, but not in a good way, though. Like, I'm not going to throw the co here right now. I'm just going to work on killing these. So, an invasion like this does need to be fixed. Invade. But yeah, you can't sacrifice this side. There's too many points here on this side. And you could try to get the center territory to compensate, but the center is like completely open. And you don't have much thickness in the center. So sacrificing these stones is just not going to work. It's probably not a good move. I probably should just jump here. So if you're black right now, the big territory you can get is, the thing is you can seal off with this. Actually, no, you can't probably. Like, you can't really seal off with that, unfortunately, I guess. That work? Probably not, right? No, that wouldn't work. It's not Sente. That's a tough one. Like, I would probably do this. Because this group is still weak. It still has to come out. And now there's potential for territory down here. If you let me do that, like, the potential for this territory is ruined. So the thing is, like, you have to think about how do I get the most points in here by attacking this group. This group is very, very hard to kill. I don't think you're actually able to kill this group because I do have an eye here. And if I just get an eye elsewhere, I win. And plus I'm out. So you do have to, like, think about what's the most I can get from attacking this particular group. And I think this is just more territory potential. Especially if I keep going downwards, which I probably would just to be safe. There's more potential for territory here. Here, I don't know. Like, you actually might need to, like, force a little bit more. So, I mean, this is good. I would actually just play this because this is a much bigger move, first of all. This is a much, much bigger move. There's not too much to be gained here. I mean, yeah, there's the stone, but it's not really all that much. And I can't really capture it either. I don't know if this ladder works. It might. So, like, I could possibly capture that stone. If you didn't want that, then I guess you could play something like this. But realistically, I don't think you can capture the stone. So the thing is, like, you should try to, here you should be thinking about, how do I make the most territory here? How do I make the most out of these stones while attacking this group? Of course, if I didn't do that, like, this would be the obvious move, killing these three. Yeah, you're just letting white off too easily right now. You're not really going to gain too much there. That's generally not a good move. I generally like in a thing like that, this is not a great move because now if white goes here, he has a lot more eye shapes. So I would just kind of leave this open. If I wanted the territory over here, I would play this. But white would inevitably get that move though. I might just play that and then just play this just to get this move. You should never, I would not connect this. I probably could have gotten on the outside, actually. I probably could have just gone on the outside. And that's what I should have done. I should have just gone on the outside. You do get a couple of points there. Extending, that's fine. But like I said, like, this move, if I play this move, it's kind of hard for you to kill me. Remember, there's an eye up here. And then, like, I can actually connect at any time here. So it just doesn't really work all that well for, it doesn't work all that well for black. So I think that's just feeding me. I think this move just feeds people points. Unless you can get a lot of Aji on the outside, which I don't think you can get. I think that just feeds people points. I mean, this would actually be a much better move. At least you get like this territory here, and white has to fix. White might have to fix again, and you don't give him that stone. It's fine. But the thing is, you did lose Sente here, so I'm going to block this. This is really big. It kind of secures my entire group. I mean, you're not going to be able to kill it, but there would be a few problems here if you played like K2. Here, yeah, this is probably right. I don't know, like, if you just did this, because the most you're going to have to sacrifice is these two, so this actually might be bigger going out this way. Because you know, you can always sacrifice these two. These two aren't that, like, since this group's connected now, these two aren't that big, and destroying this territory in here is bigger. Go above above 4 or 5k. A lot of go is actually dependent on trading. So like being able to realize that like the number of points in here is bigger than these 2 points out here, I think like that's gonna be that's one of those things that will like move you up in rank. Like deciding like if deciding how to get favorable trades. Here I would have to connect. You could just go here. I would have to connect, and this would be like a Sente type of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of like little nuances. If you want to, you know, like get to the Dan level and then like go up on the Dan level, there's a lot of these little nuances in trading that you have to start to look at beginning at 4 or 5k, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. This is fine, but it doesn't really do all that much. I think these are just like reading mistakes on Gote and Sente. And remember, like this move, even if you, let's say you cut me and there's no Aji here, right? I can just do this. You have to remember, like this is a thing. You can't connect on this. You can't connect this way. So you'd actually have to sacrifice this particular stone. And if you sacrifice this particular stone, just say you do that. See if this works. I think I'm down by 1 liberty. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think white's down by 1. So that would actually work for black. But you do have to remember that this particular, you can't connect this stone. Here you can actually do this, but this doesn't really help you. Here, I mean, this wouldn't work because of this thing down here, obviously. You know what? It actually might, because there's not really a way to make eyes. I mean, it doesn't work because I can just, it doesn't actually work because I can do this. That's why. But, or at least like I can do this first. I can do this first, I guess. No, but then you can just squeeze here. Like there's always this as well, so there's definitely gonna be some problems here, like on how to kill this thing. So I don't actually think this dies, because like if this would actually die, and I just took Sente, like this would be like black plus like 100 now. But so like there's actually no way to kill that right now, because like there's actually problems here. I don't think that's. I think here would actually be the correct way to get the territory. You could also even push here. Like if I don't if I like let's say I go here or something, here you can actually push for a lot more territory. I should have extended down here. That's pretty big. So I'm doing the same thing over here. Tari. So I did this, right? So the correct way to respond to this is this. So you actually connected. And since you have a liberty up here, I don't even think this is Sente. So that was probably a mistake by me. So that's that game. I think that's the game here. Like not like just figuring out how to deal with this invasion, and like figuring out like just a couple of like small nuances of like where to actually like how to actually attack, like which direction to attack this group. I think like would actually help your game a lot if you figured out like which direction was the best direction to attack. So I'm actually going to play a couple more games here. I actually have some time today. So I'm actually going to play a couple more games here. I'm going to just go this challenge. It is 4 to 14 Q. I limit my range to 4 to 14 Q because I'm not very good at teaching beginners. And like above 4 Q, it'll be more like co-study. On my regular account, I play people generally from like the 2Q to 3 Dan range on the play. On when I'm actually playing like more like settled like even games. There's this interesting 2-Dan that I play. I almost always win against him, but like the thing is like if you don't know how to deal with his like moves, like you'll always lose. Like, but I'm actually pretty good at dealing with his like that kind of play at that level. There are people that play that way at the 5-6 Dan level that I can't deal with, but that particular way of play, I do know how to deal with at like the 2-3 Dan level. But you want to play those guys if you want to get an experience on Fox, like how things go on Fox. You want to play like those kind of guys, because like Fox people just fight like crazy. Fox people will actually fight like crazy. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I feel like I could like, if I just clean up my play and like fix all my mistakes, I can probably get to like 3 or 4 Dan, but I'm stuck at 1 or 2 because like I make a lot of mistakes. Like when I review my game, I'm like, oh, I should have seen that. But like during play, you're like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So like, I think like actually fixing those like kind of mistakes that should be easy to see, but actually,
Game started.
I am looking for an opponent. Yes. I have one now. I'll pass twice for handicap 3.
Pass. Pass.
There is a very good chance I will lose this game because I'd always suggest taking one of the open corners, but there's a very good chance I'll lose this game because I never really give full handicap because I'm not very good at playing handicap games. Like, unlike Dad, I don't really know how to I'm not as good as at taking advantage of people taking advantage of weaker players in that specific way. My play is a lot more standard than his. Like, when we play, I usually play him with like a 3 or 4 handicap, and it's confounding how he always manages to find a way to win. But then again, that just means I'm not strong enough. Generally, you would play P16. It's not you would play 1 down at P16. It's not P15. I'm sorry. But it's not that big of a deal. Okay. I was thinking about going here, but then I don't want him to go here. I can do this. It's fine. This is not really under threat because this kind of shape. As long as he plays this, is generally alive. I can play. Oh no, I play ranked all the time. I just don't. I don't play ranked on this account. I play ranked on my other account. I tend to play really late at night though, so like half the time I'm like really tilted when I'm playing. It tends to make me lose a lot. Yeah, I'm setting up an open match. I'm setting up an open match for teaching. I don't want these games to be ranked because like otherwise my rank would go way up because I win the vast majority of these games. And I don't want my rank to be inflated like that. Because like you do realize I'm not really giving full handicap. That's not bad actually. I'm really not giving full handicap at this point. So okay, so he can come down that way. That actually might be a little bit problematic if he does. So I'm gonna have to go here. Yeah, like when you're playing teaching games, they generally should not be ranked because ranked teaching games like it inflates it does inflate your rank, which I really don't want. I mean, you can apply war strategy, I guess. I mean, I messed up here, but it's not that bad. I messed up, but it honestly isn't that bad. Go like the difference between Go and chess, in my opinion, is like Go is more strategic, where chess is a lot more like more tactical oriented. Okay, so he's going to be able to surround me, I think. I mean, that's not how you surround me, but he's going to go over there, but I don't think this is going to work. Because like the Go board's a lot bigger, so there's a lot more chance for macro play in Go. Whereas in chess, like there's not as much chance for macro play. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that, but I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that, but like in chess, there's not as much macro play in chess because like when you have an 8x8 board, a lot of times like victory is determined by basically like one or two fights, whereas when you have a 19x19 board, it's very, very different how victory is determined. I think I'm just going to keep doing this. I just want to make sure he can't seal me in with one move. Okay, do I do this? No. So I could actually do this, but then this is actually Sente, so I don't really want to do that. If I do this, however, and if I do this, like there's problems if he just extends out, so generally you don't want to do that. But that's a pretty big like that's fine because he just wanted to live. But you know, like I was successful in killing that corner, which is exactly what I was after. I mean, Go's really like a simple game when you think about it, like the rules and all. But yeah, it takes forever to master because there's so many ways to get territory. I don't think that ladder works for me. I think I have to retreat here. That's the right one. This would be very risky. think I'm going to come up this way. But giving him that corner is not the intention. I'm going to go here. So I think I do have to answer this because this move would be pretty bad. So I'm just going to jump here. No, it's mid-afternoon where I live. I'm in central US standard. I'm in central US time, so it's mid-afternoon. Which one? I think I'm going to connect. That might have been better because it's an I space, but I don't think it matters.
Game paused.
Yeah, there's a slight pause here. Usually you would have to answer that. Because this would actually, you know what, I am going to answer that. Because that would be a problem. Air submitting move. Okay, that's fine. I will if I don't have time during the day, but usually I don't. Like, I can do this, but I think I'm just going to hit up this. I've done late streams a couple times. It's okay. Okay. Invading here would be pointless because he can kill me. Shoulder hitting wouldn't do anything. You know what? I should stop doing that because there's really like 0 points there. And that's also I think a pretty bad move overall. Okay. You can't cut me here, so I definitely would not do that. This is a bad trade for him. It's very bad. I don't think this is a good trade for him. Oh, I should have done I messed up. I 100% should have done the other thing. Sorry.
Game resumed.
I messed up. I should have definitely done the other thing. Yep, made a strategic screw up. I don't really understand why you would do that, but okay. He is alive. I can't kill him there. I screwed up there. I definitely screwed up there. Will this work? It might. I don't know if it will. No, it won't. No, it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't work. The other thing might. The other thing might work. This won't, though. Okay, now it kind of works. If he just haunted on the outside, it wouldn't have worked. I did not create OGS. No, OGS has been around a lot longer than me. Okay, so that I believe is dead. No, actually, it would think it might be Seki if I don't do this. So I'm going to go ahead and... OGS has been around for a long time. Well, no. OGS generally, like it was originally a like OGS was originally a correspondence server. It only recently became live play. Well, actually, no, they've had live play for a while, but OGS has always been more of a correspondence server. Sorry, as far as I know, and I think if you ask many of the OGS players, they'll say the same thing. I don't play correspondence myself because I don't have the patience to. But yeah, it was originally a correspondence server. Ooh, nifty, but still not quite there. The thing is, this isn't Sente even if you do this. So, wait, doesn't... Yeah, this is still that. So, yeah. Here, I believe he doesn't have enough liberties anyways. Oh, yeah, you're right. It did have live play then. So he's trying to do this. But there's a problem with this. In that, I'm going to do this first. Yeah, like there have been Go servers around for a long time. There have actually been Go servers around for a very long time. You have the double Atari here, and even if you didn't, like, you just kill him here. Right, like, I can go this way as well. And just follow through with that. I'm actually going to do this, I think. Because if you just follow through with that, I think he's dead. Atari... No, there's actually a double Atari here. Oops, my bad. I screwed that up. Oh, wow, that's really bad. Actually, no, I think it's okay. I should have just done the other thing. This was stupid by me. I definitely should have just done the other thing. Yeah, I think this is fine. Because he only has 2 liberties. It depends. Like, when professionals play, it takes hours upon hours upon hours. For us, it doesn't take nearly as long for the most part. Like, this... Usually, like, my games last, like, 30 minutes to an hour on OGS. They last, like, 20 minutes on Fox. So it depends on the time settings. I don't think he's solidified enough for me to do the ladder thing. Oh, wait, there is a ladder here, isn't there?
You have won.
No, there's not. Never mind. So, yeah. That was just miscalculation. Like, realistically, like, I was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do this and then kill this. And as long as I kill this, I win. So, we have this. That's fine. This is actually, this is pretty standard opening. No mistakes. I don't know about invading on this side. I guess, like, if I was black, I might just go ahead. Well, no, I would invade on this side as well. I'd probably invade one up, but I would invade on that side as well. But that's not... There's no mistakes here. Here, I think you force. Maybe this, maybe this. I think you generally do something like that. That's fine. I'm going to invade here. It's a decent move. I'm going to come out here, and then I'm going to try to threaten this. That doesn't work because I can do this, I believe. So that doesn't work. Generally, you don't want to do this. I feel like you would just go here. Because remember, like when you go here, you're putting pressure on these 3 stones as well. So, and this group is generally going to be stronger than this one in here because you have this S17 move. This just makes me really strong against this corner. I don't think there's a way to seal me because, yeah, this just wouldn't work. So I don't, here I would probably go here and just play it this way. And that's how I would actually chase white. So as you give me more development on this side, it's definitely putting your corner at risk. So I'm basically just waiting for a moment where I can take Sente and attack this corner now. Because I know it's at least going to be an advantage for me. So I'm going to attack it right now. Just took the easy way out. I was thinking about this, but this has a problem here. I don't have that many liberties in here, so I really can't do that. So I decided just to take the easy thing, do that, go here. He's going to take it. I probably shouldn't have done this because there is, if I didn't do this, there is always the opportunity for me to do this later. But right now, it would not kill him, I don't think. It wouldn't kill him right now, so that's why I didn't do that. This is a complicated move. I do this to see what response I can get. If you do this, I would probably just do this, but then you can double Hane. I'm pretty sure black wins that one. So if you double Hanes, it would be a bit of a problem. If I do this, you definitely connect. You could double Hane wouldn't work here, I guess. You can always kind of opt to do this though, and try to build a thickness on the outside. And with this thickness, you may be able to attack that group. This is kind of a hard one to answer. You can try to do this and kill me. I wouldn't suggest it because I don't think it would work. So it is a hard one to answer. The answer that he did isn't bad. I'm going to retreat, come down, go up. Now I'm also eyeing this corner now, the same way I was eyeing this one. Jump, force, jump out, do that, do that. So I'm afraid of this invasion here, so this is why I'm fixing this, and then coming out here. Before you do something like this, you have to calculate this outright, because white does have other, since you're not that strong here, white does have other forcing moves. So that's a wrong move by me. I think I might have. So here is, I would do this first. You can actually do this when I do this because you can always have this option. Here, I think I would have just done that because I have to watch out for that. Even if I go here and then Atari this, I wouldn't be able to kill you. So I would have just blocked that one. I was thinking here, but this wouldn't work right now. So maybe this first, but this wouldn't really work either because I have to, yeah, there's like, I can't really disconnect those. So that's where I kind of messed up in my calculation. I was thinking about just doing this. first, but I'm not really sure if that would change anything. I don't think I have enough liberties here. No, that. Yeah, I don't really have enough liberties here. You have 3, I have 2. This is just dead, so that would not actually work. So yeah, I don't think I have liberties here. I probably struck too soon with this, but this is fine because there weren't. This is okay. The result's okay for me because there wasn't many points down there anyways. Is this? Yeah, I think that was dead if he didn't do that. So he had to do that. Of course, this. Okay, so this is the right move. I can't actually disconnect you when you do that. So basically, this is the right move. It would have connected you, and you would have been fine. I should have. So I made a big mistake here because I was too intent on this group. I should have definitely extended. That would have forced him to actually come back, and then I could attack this group in the center. So, because the thing is, like, if I actually did this, if I do this, like, he can still connect, right? And once he connects, like, this group isn't that weak. But if I didn't do that, which isn't worth very much, and I did do this instead, and I get the Sente here, then I have a weak group to attack. So that was a really bad misread by me there. And those are the kind of mistakes I make that cost me games. So up here, that's not good. Now, like, this group is cut off. I'm not really sure what you could have done here. I mean, I was kind of looking at this, but this wouldn't work. Now that's just dead. Yeah, like sometimes you do have to watch out for these cuts. This one here doesn't work, obviously, but I sometimes forget about those things and it costs me games. So like an easy way to solve this is basically if he cuts here, you can just go here. He has to connect and you can take this. That's the easy way to solve it. Not the best way to solve it, but the easy way to solve it. This takes a little bit more calculation, but it obviously works. So, yeah, that's the game right there. So I'm gonna play another one because I do have way more time today than usual, and I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers on my channel. So definitely good for me to play a couple more games here. And plus, like I said, I have time, so why not, right? So we're gonna play again. Create 4 to 14. I know for watchers, like a lot of times people prefer to watch Blitz, but you know, like in handicap games, in handicap games, Blitz favors the stronger player by a large margin. I actually played against a 9-dan professional once, and he gave me 9 stones in a super Blitz game, and I ended up losing. Like, regularly, he would not be able to give me 9 stones or anywhere close. But in a Blitz game, like, a stronger player's, like, intuition is just so much better that it amplifies the difference between their skill levels. Like with AQ, if we were playing Blitz, I could probably give like 6 or 7 and win, but like I would not be able to do that in a regular game. That's okay. I'm going to pass on that one. So playing G17 is, yeah, it's fine as well. Can actually lead to a lot of points, but overall, not too worried about that. I am going to let him build up some influence, which he can use to pretty big effect. I don't know why a lot of people don't know this Joseki. This is one you definitely should learn because people play it a lot. People play this Joseki a lot, so it is one you should learn. Not so much that you'll play it, but because your opponents will play it. Ooh, that's not good. Cutting here is a problem, actually. I need to fix this. Okay, yeah, like I said, him cutting here is a problem. This isn't a huge problem because this, if like if I do this, I'm basically alive, I would guess. Or even if I go here, I'm more or less alive. So I'm not really that afraid of this. If I extend down, I'm 100% alive. That's not... I mean, this isn't good. This is not something you would want to do. Because that lets me take the stone for free. Like, if he played S17, it would have actually been Sente, and I would have to take the stone. But now S19, S19 is no longer Sente. So he probably just killed himself here. Yeah, he 100% killed himself here. Yeah. These mistakes actually happen pretty often, and these are the things that you have to clean up if you actually want to win, if you want to advance up in rank. So I'm going to come over top and try to kill these stones now. Yeah, giving me stones is not a good way to win, obviously. Like that more or less gives me those stones. That's a lot of points. I kind of want to just like get the corner here, but and then see what he does with the territory, because I am giving up a lot of territory here if I do this. So I'm going to go ahead and take the corner. I usually would not, because the corner's not worth, like the sides, like the side has limited potential. You would definitely play P. Okay. Interesting. He does that. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do this then. So this is an interesting play that people should know, because it lets you do this, and then it lets me connect here. Does it? It might not, actually. I'm going to connect here anyways, but... okay, that's legit. But you did lose a big corner. He did get a lot of Moyo up here, though. I can play here and force. I think it's just like you're seeing just like a difference in, you're really just seeing kind of a difference in the playing strength difference between two players. But he's not actually losing right now, though, is the thing. Like, the game's definitely closer than 40 points at this point, but like he's not actually losing at this point. I'm just going to do this so these stones have a little bit more flexibility. So pushing here and then just cutting would actually cause me a lot of problems. So with that being said, we're going to do this. That doesn't make any sense because you can't disconnect me anymore. And that's not a good move. Because you just tighten your liberties down here. You legitimately just tighten your liberties down there. So, you know what? We're just going to jump this away. That stone is not worth all that much. Yeah, like, catching one stone isn't really much of a thing because it's just not like... This is one of those things like weaker players don't understand about sacrificing stones. Individual stones are generally not worth all that much. And doing that doesn't help you. It just makes me stronger, more or less. I'm not worried about him saving these. I don't think this is actually good, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually good for him. No, you definitely would block there. Letting me through is just not good. It's not a very good idea. Of course, I'm not going to let him take these, but at this point, he can't really cut anyways. As I said, at this point, you can't really cut. I don't know what the I don't really know what the purpose of that was. What should I do here? I can just I mean, either way, I kill him, right? It doesn't really matter all that much. I guess I should do something. I'm not exactly sure. What I come up here. It's fine. He can't peep. So I mean, he can peep now, but I would just connect this one. I mean, he can't peep anyways, but I think this is important. I think I'm just trying to destroy as much territory as possible. He like legitimately can't peep. He can have those two stones probably. It doesn't bother me if he gets those two. I don't really... I'm just going to go ahead and connect this. It is a little dangerous because I don't have any eyes here, though. And he can seal me in, so... I think in an actual... That's not a good move. In a real game, I would have just extended out here, but for this game, I can do this. See, now this is a really big problem because this group is not alive. And There's a tiger's mouth here, so I'm not afraid of this. And now he might be putting this in jeopardy as well. Of course, this is Sente. But then you give me kind of free reign to try to kill this. Yeah, this isn't going to be good for him because I can let... See, like, I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to kill that. Because that's enough for me to win. His stones are very, very loose here, which means there's more territory potential for me. And this isn't alive. I'm not really sure if you can make this alive. You might be able to. Not 100% sure. But even so, I actually wouldn't be too obsessed with killing this because I have enough points already. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I do. And there's a lot of territory to be gained here just by like things like pushing like this.
You have won.
Yeah. So let's go back and review this game. I think he let me push a little too much this game. So standard start. I always just favor doing this if you have a 4-stone start. Very simple. The thing about Go is like people want to make game-winning moves, but Go is really about playing regular moves that don't lose you points. If you play regular moves that don't lose you points, essentially you can become a professional player. And especially in the SDK level and even up to the Dan level, like it's really like it's not about who wins the game first, it's about who kind of throws the game first. I do that a lot. There we go. So basic Joseki, nothing unusual. Here, I'm going to take the Sente here and do this. People really need to learn this Joseki. It's not like, I watched some of the other streams, like Colossus stream. He doesn't advise you play this Joseki. I agree with him for lower ranked players, but you should learn it anyways because other players will play it against you. Especially like if you're playing against me or a stronger player, we'll opt for this Joseki a lot. So this isn't this is not an egregious mistake or anything, but it is a small advantage for white. If you're gonna play here, you just do that. Letting me Atari here, I don't think is a good thing. Here you have to do this. The only thing I can do is do this. You would probably just connect this. So you do lose a little bit here, but if you really look at it, I'd probably go here. But if you do look at it, like you can like get this territory in here later. So it's not that bad. But yeah, you can ignore this if you want. You can take this if you want to really solidify, or you can just easily do this. One of those. You can actually even play here because since this exists, this doesn't actually work. So you can even Hane back. Although Haneing back, you would just get me to Hane back, so it's probably not a great move for you. So yeah, that's the wrong move. That's also the wrong move for me, but you have to block here. Letting me through, definitely not good. Extend here. This is directly threatening this group. So this is a very, very bad move because without this exchange, this is actually Sente. But now, once you've exchanged this is no longer Sente. So that is a life or death thing. So like once you retreat this, I know I can probably kill this now. Just gonna kill that. Come out and then try to kill this. That's fine, but if you want to jump, you would do this. Force me to take another move to kill this, and then like build up your Moyo this way. When you're building the Moyo, I would actually suggest securing the corner because that's just guaranteed points right there. That's not good. I probably shouldn't do that. I could have just done this. There's no way he can get out. And realistically, like since this is dead, these three aren't worth that much. Went ahead and did that. That's a shape move. This is going to be the better move. Like the corner territory is much easier to secure. And if you wanted a shape move, you would have done this. That's a much better shape move than the other knight's move. You're one line ahead. You want to be like if you want to get this more, you want to be ahead in lines. But even if you do this, like I can just approach here and take your corner, and the corner is worth a surprising amount of points. So like that's why in this I did approach this corner here. I should have just done this, but I kind of wanted to take the corner. This is one of the more complicated cut situations. This actually came out okay for him. Not horrible, but not great. But that's one of the more complicated cut situations. If you have a bunch of Hanes and a bunch of cuts like this, like the double Hane generally doesn't work. It's fine. Once again here, I'm going to do, like, this is a freebie move for me. Basically, it forces you to do that. You can't really do anything else because otherwise I would take that, obviously. That's fine. The thing is, like, this probably works because I can't really... I mean, the only move I could really do is do that. But if you do this, like, this might actually work. Because, like, if I do that, I just don't have enough... Like, I really just don't have enough liberties. If you do that, I don't know if I have enough liberties, actually. I don't think this works for me. Yeah, like you have 4, I have 3. So I feel like if you just pushed and cut, I would have serious problems if you just push and cut. Okay, I'm going to fix this because I don't want you to push and cut, obviously. So here, if you want to attack this group, I think you just go on the outside and attack. This doesn't make sense because if you push, I can still make a tiger's mouth so it doesn't cut me. And if you do this, I'm just going to connect. So this is not a threatening move. This is actually not a threatening move here. This is not a threat move, so I can just ignore it. I'm going to extend here. This is a very bad move because that liberty does actually matter. So here's why it matters. Once I cut this, like if you had that liberty, you could just Atari this. And you would win the liberty fight. But now since this liberty is closed, you have to go this way. And it allows me to kind of go over top and then come over here. There's no need to connect that. That doesn't do anything. Jump. Peeping here is a bad move because if you didn't peep here, you might be... There's 2 cutting points here. Right now, it doesn't really matter because I have a tiger's mouth here. And you wouldn't want to do that anyways. But in the future, you possibly had this move. Peeping takes it away. So that's why you lose a few points when you peep. Here, you just you would do this. You're still on the outside. You wouldn't be able to kill this, obviously, but you're still on the outside. You pretty much have to block here. If I do this, I mean, you can just go here. You definitely don't want me to come through. This. I mean, white has the advantage here, obviously. Yeah, coming out like this. Here, this is the time where you just kind of give up and you just do this. Secure your base, secure yourself first, you're not going to be able to kill this. Like the thing is, like when you're attacking someone else's group and you're really weak, you're generally not going to be able to kill them. You have to be fairly strong to kill the other person's group. Because like, unless they have very few liberties, like this group has a lot of liberties. So if I come out this way, you have a lot of problems. Like this group is going to have less liberties than my group on the outside, so it's most likely going to die. And the thing is, since you did this, now I have the option to cut this. So even if you somehow, and this is why I actually did this first, to try to get the Sente cut from here and here. So I'm actually just going to cut here. So, right, like at this point, like I'm okay if you get this to live. Let's just say you play a move here and this is alive. It's not, but let's just say it is. Like if I just cut, then I basically get all the bottom territory. So I don't necessarily need to kill this to actually win. So it's just more of like, I'm at this point I'm gauging like what do I actually need to win this game, and I don't need to kill this to win this game. If I get the bottom territory, I have way more points. So this is just basically like this game was more about like which direction are you attacking from? Like do you retreat or do you block when I push? And those questions are, like around 7 to 8K, those are really, really important questions to actually improve and go. So yeah, that's that game. Well, I mean, like, sure, like right here, it's too late for this question right now, right? It might be too late for that question right now, but like, throughout the entire game, right? Throughout the entire game, that was part of the problem. Like here, for instance, like this, you pretty much have to block, right? So like letting me go through the push here is pretty devastating. So like when to retreat and when to push, that's a very important question in Go. And like a lot of it is intuition and experience, but there are certain shapes that you have to recognize that you actually have to cap or you have to retreat. And a lot of times, like retreating. For instance, like let me just show you a pretty basic Joseki, right? Like I think everyone knows this Joseki, right? Like let's just say we're gonna just say there's like a white stone here or something. Black does this, right? So and then black decides to not answer. Let's say like when white pushes, you don't have to cap that. Like you can just retreat. Well, I mean, I think I should have put the white stone here. But because like, white does get this thickness, but white has to sacrifice all this territory for to get that thickness. And the thing is, like in this particular Joseki, if white actually, that is the actual right way to play. Like when white pushes, you generally don't block because that might be problematic. But you just retreat and you just keep retreating. You take the territory, he takes the influence. So it's things like that people need to recognize to actually get better. Like when to retreat, when to block, what are critical shapes. I still have trouble with that myself. All right, let's play probably one more. Play a lot of games today, but that's fine. I'll play one more. I haven't figured out how to get like really good music on the channel while I'm playing. I think that would help. I'll wait for like 10 minutes. I've already played like 3 games today, but I'll play one more if anyone... What just happened? Oh no, I think What was that? Why did that happen? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, I screwed up something. I don't know what it is. Because it's in a different position now. But whatever, it's fine. I like having this pop-up chat here. It actually does let me communicate with people. And like if you have any questions about like like if you want me to review a game for you, you can link me to your OGS game. I will review it for you. It'll be content on my channel.
Started.
But it will be content on my channel, but I will review it for you. Okay, let's do the Handicap 3 again. you should know that I only really speak English, like when I'm playing Go. I can speak Chinese, but
Pass.
generally, like I when I'm typing, I can't type Chinese, obviously. So if you type to me in a non-English language,
Pass.
most likely I will not answer because I don't understand. And plus, my skill in reading Chinese isn't that good, anyways. I'm actually always happy to take the territory here on this side. I actually like this side of the Joseki better, even though it's pretty much completely even. I like this side of the Joseki slightly better. Enjoy the game. Nice, nice. All right, thanks. Yeah, I would just go ahead and fix this right now. I'm actually not going to do that, but I would just play here. I'm actually going to do this because I don't actually want the pressure on that right now. And I'm going to start attacking out here. I don't want it too close to the 3 stones, but I don't mind just attacking from that particular direction. That's fine. I'll just do that. I'm gonna extend over here. I have this stone, so I have this stone. I'm not too afraid of your potential up here. Okay, that's fine. I am gonna have to make an invasion soon. I don't know where though is the question. I should probably approach here first though. I will have to make an invasion soon. I don't exactly know where. This group is still a little bit weak. I can come up here and separate these, and I will. I'm going to ignore that. I think I'm just going to separate these. Since you gave me this stone, this peep doesn't actually work anymore. If I can kill this stone, that is a huge win for me. I mean, this is just a lot of points. And this move is still here. So there's actually no territory here. I'm not going to do it right now, though, because there's way bigger moves right now. Okay, that's interesting. What do I do? I don't want to do that because then 3 really aren't worth it. I can do this, but I think he can actually live here if I do this. I think I'm going to do that. I don't know if he can actually live. It's a really interesting question whether he can live or not. I'm not sure. You always do this first. You want to destroy the eye shape down here. So you do this first, and then you do this. I don't think he can live here. I do not think he can live here. Nah, it's a smarter move to do. If I do that. I want to kill the entire thing, but that might not actually be plausible. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and extend and kill this because there's a decent amount of points there. Now I actually do want to invade here because this actually looks kind of weak. But I'll save that for later. I need to invade down here first. Somewhere. I think here. That might have sucked actually. But I got these 3 stones. I'm pretty happy. What do I do? Do I do that? No, then he can just take bottom. I'm just going to extend up. I don't think he can kill me this way. This doesn't work because I can attack. I'm not going to answer that. This stone isn't worth much, so this is actually worth a lot more. That doesn't do anything. I could just like leave it be and go somewhere else. I don't think that does anything though, is the problem. I'm gonna do that. It's kind of what I was looking for. I think I'm just gonna leave that be. On a lot of the teaching games, I am actually trying things out to see how they work. Okay, I'm definitely gonna go here and come up. It's not a good exchange for him. This corner is still not clean. This kind of like attachment is just kind of one of those annoying moves that I will do at times. It's not necessarily a great move. In fact, I wouldn't say it's a good move at all. He doesn't really have a way to attack this group anymore. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I don't want him invading down here. There's not many points in here because there's still this invasion, which I don't want, and he can still crawl here, which I do not want. Like, this move I think was intended to be a threat, but it's not a threat because that stone just is not worth anything. Okay, that's fine, but this move is going to be worth much more right now. And I might just like block here and just give him this 1 stone. That's the thing. Now let's come up here. It's fine. That is mission accomplished. I'm just going to connect this. It's easier that way. I think I need to do this. Then try to get something going here. Maybe not. I was thinking about jumping in here, but I don't think that would be such a great idea. This is actually a pretty good move because I don't want him to come out this way, but I want to actually go here first. It's fine. That's not worth all that much. I'm gonna fix this first. Now the thing is, like, black doesn't really have that many points, so my goal is pretty much accomplished because I have a lot of points here. He definitely has to answer this. He just might die if he doesn't. I'm going to start taking some of the really big moves here. He does have to actually answer this, because I do have the clamp if he doesn't. Like, I'm going to take the big moves that essentially solidify my group as well, solidify my weaker groups as well. This group isn't really weak anymore. This is sort of weak. It's not really that weak, but it's like semi-weak-ish. So we're going to solidify this thing. Yep. That doesn't work, so you can just block that way. This is no longer going to be weak. Because although it may not be alive, well, it's going to be alive soon, actually. Tari. We will just solidify this group and make sure it can't be attacked. Because I think I have enough points to win. So that's why I'm doing this right now. Not the biggest moves on the board, definitely. These are not the biggest moves on the board, but I think I'm just playing in a way that lets me win. I mean, your group is safe down here. The only potential you have for territory is over here right now. So it doesn't make much sense to push me in that direction. Do I have enough points to win? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but that's not worth that much right now. There are other things that are worth a lot more. This is worth a little bit more. This is actually worth a lot. This I do think it's okay. I'm just like, I think it's alive. I'm not 100% sure it's actually alive. This is worth a lot. Actually, no, I think this is worth more. I don't want that clamp to be problematic later is what I'm saying, basically. Do not want your clamp to be problematic later. Yeah, but I mean, I can just do this, so it's not... there's no territory in here because the forcing moves don't really work all that well. You can get a couple of points here, but it's not that big of a deal, and this is essentially alive anyways. I think at this point I'm going to connect the stone. This is alive, so he doesn't need to worry about that. I don't know actually if I have enough points to win. I thought I did, but maybe I don't. I didn't really count this all the way through, unfortunately. No, that's big. It's not go. It's a gote for him though, so. This might actually spell some trouble for him. I don't think it's trouble for me because I connected that down there. Yeah, but this is just dead then. Can he kill this? I don't believe so. That might have already been dead, actually. No, that's not an I. Still not an I.
You have won.
All right, that obviously a big mistake at the end here, but that's actually not where the game was decided, because I think I was ahead before that anyways. I did this time. I like this is, especially when you're playing against a stronger player, this is important. I mean, there's points here too, and this solidifies your shape. So like the only time realistically, like the only time I wouldn't play this is if I was playing, like if white was playing a handicap game and he needs to find sente somehow. But generally, like in an even game or when you're playing a stronger player, that's the correct move to go, because that solidifies your shape. It gives you a base, and it prevents white from attacking you. So it's that move is very important. So like here, your stone's not under any threat, so that's going to be the correct play. I probably shouldn't have done this. I might have not been able to. I might have just been off not answering it, but this is my reflexive kind of move. And also, like, I can do this. So I'm going to go here, base my own moves. Approach here. I think here is better because white essentially has to respond to that, whereas if you play here, white is not going to respond. Come out here to attack these three. Definitely like a wrong type of move because these three are too big to give up. If it was like one stone, yeah, sure. But three, I think, is like a little too much to give up right now. And there's a lot of territory here. So obviously I'm just going to take these 3 stones. It's not too bad because he got some territory here. Obviously, he's still way up. There's some territory here. But this isn't really territory because I do have the K2 move. This one's unnecessary right now. These 2 stones aren't big enough for me to spend another move on right now. Invasion. Invasion. I wouldn't do that. I don't know how I would respond to this. I mean, I guess this is okay. I mean, you could just do this. Get these points and these points. pushing me out towards that side, that's fine. I might have been better off doing this. But then you can still kind of threaten me, I guess. Here, yeah, I would have done this as well. Jump up. That's a bad move because that stone's not worth much. Like when you make a threatening move, this would have been much better, or this is pretty crucial. So this probably would have been the right move. I have to respond to this. So this is a bad move because you threaten that one stone, but the one stone's not worth much. So at this point, I'm not going to answer. I'm going to do that. Do that. That I've been doing more. That's just testing for an answer. It does get rid of a lot of the Aji down here, but it does provide me a little bit of a base. Not too much of one. This is one of those moves that's hard to answer because you do have the weakness down here. Since you played here instead of, this is one of the reasons I prefer N17 over O17 over O16. But of course, it depends on the situation. But this does give me an out. But here you have to respond. You can't just do something like this. If you do something like this, that's bad because there's really no way you can seal me in. And plus, if I do this, like, this cuts off this group as well. So you technically have to respond to this. Like, whether you do this, I think that's an appropriate answer. I would obviously just go here. But, like, that's an appropriate answer. You could also come up. That's also an appropriate answer. This might be a little troublesome. This might actually be a little bit troublesome. I don't even think this is alive, though. It's the problem. I might just have to go through this. No, sorry. Connect. And that's not good for black. So, yeah. But if you sack it, it's just too big. I think that's too big, but maybe, I don't know. It's hard to answer. I think that is probably like the best answer right now. A lot of times white will do something like this to build upper influence, but upper influence isn't going to do me too much right now. But you can't like not answer this. This is also a bad move because it takes the possibility of that away. You definitely wouldn't do that right now, but doing this takes the possibility of that away, and it makes this so much stronger against the corner. I don't think that's necessary right now because if I do this, think about it. Let's see here. If I do this, you can just connect this way. I don't think I can kill this down here. If I take the stones, then I take the stones. It's like, yeah, I don't think connecting that is actually worth a move right now. Because giving up one move right now is pretty crucial, so that's not a good move. I'm going to connect back. Like, my mission in destroying this territory is already good, so I'm going to connect back. It's very hard to attack this group. Your group isn't that strong, and you can't seal me in. That's okay. I'm just going to do that just because I don't want him invading down here, although the stone isn't worth that much. I probably should have just invaded right away. That is a big move, but it's more of an endgame move. Something like this actually would be much bigger right now. So I'm going to invade right away, basically. Come up, go up. You can't do this. This makes this corner weaker against me. And yes, you're alive, but you like the bottom territory is destroyed now, and this corner is weak. So that's not a good play. This is also one of those annoying moves that you honestly are probably better off. I don't know. This is kind of a risky endeavor. I don't even know if white's alive here. I mean, here, yeah, that's not good for white. I don't know if white's alive in the corner. We would have to discuss this some other time, but I'm not really sure if white's actually alive in the corner. Because you would have to connect this, right? I don't think white's actually alive in the corner. I'm not sure. Like, this kind of shape is not good. Yeah, I don't think white's actually alive in the corner here. I guess here you would be, because if you did this, I can just do that. So I guess because using this side, white's actually alive. But in this case, it would just be, this isn't actually all that great for white. You know why? Because I just gave up these 2 stones. It's a lot of territory, and then now you can do something like this. So I gave up this bottom territory for this corner, which may not actually be that great of a trade for me. This one is a little bit hard to answer. Yeah, the 2 options are coming down, and then this is kind of complicated, I have to admit. I do have to admit that is really kind of complicated. Or the safe option is this. Here. Here, I don't know why you didn't double Hane. Just counter Hane. This is, I mean, your group, because you have this here, this group isn't actually in danger, so there's no point in doing that. Because, like, this doesn't really fix this either. So if you're going to fix something, then you should connect here. If you're going to fix it, you should connect here. Because if I do this, if I actually do this, then you're still cut off. So yeah, that particular move didn't make much sense. I think this corner is alive right now. I think this corner is alive. I would have to spend 2 moves to kill it. Here, I don't know if I would have went down. There's just bigger moves right now. Like, maybe this is bigger. Maybe connection. Maybe this is bigger. That's definitely bigger, actually. Okay, I'm going to come here. You have to go with that. That actually makes it... I do believe this actually makes this Sente, because if you go over... actually, no, you can't do that. Never mind. Atari, connect. Yeah, I think you're... Yeah, you're dead, generally, so... So yes, you do have to fix that. I'm basically just trying to secure this group right now. I really shouldn't be too worried about it, because this has already come out and you can't really kill it, but still. Secured it. That is the correct move there. That's pretty big. This doesn't make sense. Like, here's the thing is, like, there's no potential for territory over here. There is potential, a little bit of potential, not much for territory over here, so you would force this way. This group isn't in danger, so I guess I could always cut there, but, like, this group actually isn't in danger, so I would try to force that way and make other forcing moves. Maybe to make other forcing moves and try to get a little bit of territory in here. There's not much, but there might be a little bit, because this is also a forcing move here, because you have this move. So I think this is just a wrong directional sense. That particular move right now doesn't make too much sense. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 5 or 6 points, but there's kind of like a little bit of a situation here. So this one is a little too early. This is kind of dangerous, so I can understand why you did that, but I don't think you need it yet. You might need it in a while, but not yet. Finishing up, that is really big, but it is Gote right now, so I would look for Sente. Here, right? What would I do about this? Actually, here I don't know if black's still alive here, is the thing. Because, yeah, black is still alive here. That's how you would actually live. Because you have that, that's how black would actually live. And you're not too concerned about this generally, because you can come out this way. So you're okay over here. So you had to figure out how to live here. But this is, since this is Sente, that group is actually alive. Here. To connect, and this is alive. Yeah, I would, because if I block, you can just tar here. So yeah, that group is alive. The group is alive. So you had to play it that way. Okay, here, I don't know if... Okay, so I'm definitely missing something here. White plus 2.9. There's got to be something I'm missing here. Atari, connect. How would you live? Is there something I'm missing here? Because you have to make this I. Okay, there's a move here. I gotta find. There is definitely a move here. Or like, okay, so if this is dead, you have to be able to kill this, right? But how do you kill this? There's still an eye. Oh, this is dead. This is actually dead. That's why that's actually dead. I messed that up. That's actually dead. So that's why that's why it actually didn't go. That's actually dead if you do this. Because this isn't an eye either. Yeah, play here, and this group is dead. White is still ahead at this point because he killed that group, but it's very close now. So that group is actually dead. That's my mistake. And this is how I throw games once again. But you can't tighten the liberty here because now if you do this, I'm gonna come out here. Atari, and this is very bad for white. Oh no, he can take those four. Never mind. But this would still be kind of hard for white though, is the thing. Because if you do this, I believe you're just dead. Oh, no. But, no. I guess not. Huh. Okay, that doesn't work. This might... Okay, this doesn't work because I can squeeze here. But yeah, like there's a lot of like transformations here. So there's a lot of like Aji here. But if you didn't squeeze this liberty, then that wouldn't work at all. So this group is actually dead, but I would kill that group and it'd be pretty even game. So definitely I messed up right there. But at that point, like, since you squeeze this liberty, like, the game's over right now. So, yeah. So this group was actually dead down here when I did that. I should have paid attention to that, but yeah. So that's the game. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell notifications button. I will be back probably maybe in a day or two, and I'll see you guys later. Yeah, I just play like random people, 4 to 14K, and try to get people to improve to like 1 or 2K or to 1 Dan. That's the whole point of this. So thank you for watching.